Welcome back to this channel, guys, and in this episode today I'm gonna be taking you through the step-by-step on how you can cut a professional joggers. Not just an ordinary joggers, not your regular joggers, but a boutique ready joggers. Without wasting time and no capping, let's get straight into the deal. So now this is the fabric that I'm gonna be using for my joggers. As you can see, it is laid flat and I've folded it into two equal parts. Make sure the edges are rhyme, alright, make sure it is rhyme. And this is suit lining. I'm going to be using this for my pocketing, alright. So the very first thing we need to do now is to start applying our front pattern measurements. So the waist of these joggers is 36, the hip is 42, the lap is 29, length is 39, and ankle is 7/4. So the very first thing I'm going to be doing right now is to first of all mark my hip measurement. So my hip, it's 42. So 42 divided by 4 will give us 10.5. all right, let me just balance this edge. Let me balance it. So I will mark my 10.5 here. All right, that's 10.5. Then from that place I will mark the same 10.5 for my hip measurement. All right, 10.5, and mark your 10.5 again. So 10.5, mark your 10.5 there too, for you to get the boxy shape. All right, so I'll connect the line, join the line together. So the next thing now is my lap measurement. My lap is 29, and if you divide that by 2, that will give you 14.5. all right, so 29 divided by 2 will give us 14.5. So I will mark my 14.5 here, and I will connect the line together. So next I'm going to be marking my invisible zipper allowance. That I will be using 2 inches for that. For the size of these joggers, I will be using 2 inches. You can use from 1.5, 1 3/4, but the maximum you can use is 2 inches. So for the length, I'll be subtracting 3 inches from my hip measurement. My hip measurement here is 10.5. Then I'll subtract 3 inches from there. So that will give me 7.5. I will mark my 7.5 there. So 2 inches. I'll mark it. Then I'll connect the line together. So I'll connect the line. Then I will curve it from the edge. So I will curve the edge. So the edge must curve. It must curve. Then I will draw my hip curve as well. Sorry, my crotch curve. I'll draw my crotch curve. Make sure it is curved very well. Make sure it's very, very curved. So the next thing now is to apply our length measurements. And as you can see from the screen, our length measurement is 39. So I will be subtracting 4 inches away from it, 2 inches for the waistband and 2 inches for the ankle band. So that will give us 35. Then I'll add extra 1 inch sewing allowance. All right, that will give us 36. So 36 is what I'm marking right now. So that 1 inch I added, ½ inch will give us sewing allowance of the waistband. The remaining ½ inch will go for the sewing allowance of the ankle band. All right, let me just mark it. Then from the edge I will mark 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches from there for the curve. And for the ankle, I'll be dividing my lap into 4. My lap is 29, divided by 4 will give me 7/4. So I'll be marking 7/4 right there. So 7/4. all right. So the next thing now is to connect the lines together. So just watch me closely the way I will curve it out, and I will connect the lines together. As you can see, that the joggers is not straight, it is somehow curvy. So that is the essence of the 1 inch that we added at the ankle line. So for the curve, then I'll do the same thing on the other parts. All right, make sure it is curved. You can just join the line anyhow, but when you are done, you can just use your free hand to curve it out. All right, so I'll just curve it. Make sure it is very, very curved. All right, from the thigh measurement to the knee area, make sure it is curved. All right, so we just cut it out right now. So we just cut it. All right, so after cutting this front panel, I will be turning it upside down, all right, to cut the back pattern as well. If you are new to this channel, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I drop a new update. And if you have any question whatsoever, make sure you let me know in the comment section, and I'll be there to provide your answers. All right, so make sure you just cut it as straight as possible. Right, the crotch curve, make sure it is also curved while you're cutting. Right, so from there, then you turn it and cut out the invisible flyer. This invisible flyer is it's not as if we'll be fixing a zipper, but it will just be there as a design. You will close it from the inside and it will be there like a design. So now let me just secure these two patterns with some pins, so that if I want to turn it, it won't be shaking with me. So let me just pin it down. It might not necessary to pin, but I just like, you know, pinning it whenever I'm working. All right, so just pin it. All right, so that is that for the front panel. All right, so I will turn the entire fabric this way. I will turn it and I'll make sure I arrange it properly. Make sure it is flat. Let me reset the camera so that, because we'll be doing some lot of work on the hip area of the second pattern right now. So I'll just place my front panel like this. Make sure it is very well arranged. So make sure it is arranged, no wrinkles. Make sure it is flat. Make sure your fabric is very flat, and make sure it's well balanced. All right, let me just try and arrange this very well. Let me just arrange it. All right, so I think it's okay now. It's okay, right? So the next thing now is I will be marking 1 inch extension. The very first thing, you mark your 1 inch. So the excess of this 1 inch is for the pleats at the back of the joggers. I will just mark that 1 inch, then I'll connect the line together. So the next thing now is my back extension. For this size of these joggers, I'll be using 2 inches. All right, I'll be using 2 inches. Sometimes I use 1 inch, sometimes 1.5, sometimes 2 inches, depending on the size. Because this joggers now is an extra large joggers, I'll be using 2 inches. All right, so I've marked my 2 inches now. Then I'll connect the line in a diagonal form. All right, so from the edge to the top. Then I'll mark the extension. You know, we always add 2 inches extension on every trouser we always want to make, you know, minimum of 2 inches. So that's what I'll be using now. So these 2 inches will go for the sewing allowance of the both pattern. You know, we're gonna be having 4 pattern now, 2 front pattern, then the back pattern 2 is also 2 pieces. So you know, we have 4 pattern like that. So then I'll be marking the essence of these 2 inches is for the sewing allowance of this 4 pattern. That is ½ inch on each pattern. So that is the essence of the 2 inches we always add. So after then I'll be cutting out the back pattern. All right, so I'll just cut it out. If you're familiar with jean pants, you know we always have these pleats at the back of it. So that pleat, we're gonna be applying it on this type of joggers as well, because this is a professional joggers, I mean a boutique ready joggers. All right, so that pleat, we'll be adding it here. So it is the essence of that 1 inch that we first add on the back pattern before we added the 2 inches. So that 1 inch, we're gonna be sewing it away, and it will be in form of a design at the back of our joggers. All right, so let's just see how it goes. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on your notification bell. And if you have any question in the comment section, I'll be always there. Just drop your comments, then I'll provide the solutions. All right, so let me just mark a straight line for here so that you can see what I'm going to cut. So I'll just cut it out like this. So that's just it for the back pattern. It is very simple, like ABC. All right, so after that, so our pattern is ready. All right, so one last thing here is that that pleat that I'm talking about, I'll be making a notch here. So from that place, I'll mark 1 inch down, 1 inch down. All right, I'm marking 1 inch down. Let me just mark this place. So it is from there that I'll be marking my 1 inch down. All right, so then I will make a notch of around a ½ inch, because we're gonna be sewing that away. So that notch is like a sewing guideline for me. When we started sewing, you're definitely gonna see the essence of the notch after we started sewing. So let me note it very well. ½ inch, yeah, ½ inch. So that's it. So we're done. Very simple like ABC. I hope you get it. It is very simple. It is very simple. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be doing now is my pocket facing. You know, I'm using a suit lining for my pocket, and it will be necessary for me to use the material of this jogger that I'm using as the facing. So whenever anybody wanna open the pocket, it won't be as if they will be seeing the black lining inside, but instead of them to be seeing the black lining, they will actually be seeing this material from afar. All right, so let me just trim it. The size that I'm using here, the wideness is 3 inches. All right, the wideness is 3 inches, and the length is around maybe 10 or 11 inches I'll be using. Let me just cut it out first. All right, then let me measure. I'll be measuring 10 inches. All right, I'll be measuring 10 inches because the wideness of my pocket is actually 6 inches. All right, so I'll be using 10 inches for the facing, and that is that. All right, and this fabric now is what I'll be using for my waist band. All right, my waistband and ankle band. As you can see, the wideness is 5 inches, and the length, I've not cut the length now because I'm not ready to fix it. So when I want to fix it, we'll actually be cutting it out. So I'll be using that for my waistband and my ankle band. So this is the lining that I'm going to be using for my pockets. As you can see, that I've ironed it flat. All right, so, and I've folded it into 4 equal parts. So let me just turn it this way. All right, let me just turn it, and I'll be marking my straight line first. Mark my straight line. So the height, the depth of this pocket, I'll be using 13 inches. 13 inches. Sometimes I use 12 inches, sometimes I use 12.5, but for this size I'll be using 13 inches. It's an extra large joggers, and the pocket is not supposed to be small. Then the wideness of this pocket is 6.5. all right, I'm cutting it on fold now, so that 6.5, when I open it, it's actually going to be 13 inches. I hope you get it. So 6.5 there, then I'll connect the line together. Right, connect the line, then I will curve the edge. We always curve the edge of our pockets like this, so then I will just cut it out. I'll cut that, make sure it is very curved, then So after this, I'll be cutting out the lining for my back pocket. All right, so we are almost at the end of this video, and it is very simple. Right, if you follow me step by step, you're really gonna get the same result as I do. All right, so let me just cut that edges away, and so let me show you the lining. Let me just show you so that you can see what I was talking about. All right, let me fold this and let me return it to the regular place. Return it. Okay, let me just show you the widening. As you can see, that's 1, 2, 3, and the last one is, as you can see, that is 4 pattern. From this pattern now, I'll be using 2 of it, so the remaining 2 I will keep it. So the wideness of it, as you can see, that it is 13 inches, and the height also is 13 inches. So the next thing now is my the lining for my back pocket. The wideness of this lining that I'll be using is 9 inches, and the height, I want the height to be around 20 inches. The reason for that is that I want my the lining of this pocket to go through my waistband. All right, you understand this when we started sewing. All right, as you can see that I folded it into 2, and from there I'll be marking 10 inches. 10 plus 10, that is 20. All right, and the wideness there is 9 inches. The actual depth of my back pocket is 6 inches. All right, on a fold, it is 6 inches, but when you open it, it's gonna be 12 inches. So the remaining 8 inches, or let me say the remaining 4 inches on the fold, will go through my waistband. So you're really gonna get it when we started sewing, and this is all we need to do on this episode. If you're able to watch this video to this part, congratulations to you, and you really knew how to cut a professional joggers. So on the second part, I'm going to be showing you the step-by-step guide on how you can transform this pattern into something wearable. Man, when I say something wearable, I mean a professional joggers. Not just a professional joggers, guys, a boutique ready joggers. So we've come to the end of this episode today, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumb, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell. Until next episode, peace out.